You have to consume 4 cheeses, no more, no less, if you want to make the most of your nutrition from dairy. Most people walk past the cheese aisle with little thought, unaware of the nutritional landmines and hidden treasures lying among the neatly wrapped wedges and wheels. What looks like a harmless selection of delicious cheeses actually hides serious consequences for your body, depending on your choices. Let's start with one of the healthiest, most underrated options, aged Gouda. Aged Gouda is more than a flavorful delight. After maturing for at least 18 months, it undergoes a mysterious transformation. Proteins in this cheese are broken down into small chains called peptides, which are significantly easier for the body to absorb. This is critical because many people struggle to digest complex proteins as they age or deal with digestive issues. But there's more to Gouda than digestibility. This cheese is incredibly rich in vitamin K2, an essential nutrient most people have never heard of. K2 plays a powerful role in directing calcium away from your arteries and into your bones. That means instead of building up as dangerous plaque, calcium is deposited where it actually belongs. Studies from Japan show that people who consume higher amounts of K2 have up to 50% less arterial calcification and significantly stronger bones. Just a single ounce of aged Gouda provides around 75 micrograms of vitamin K2, more than what most people get in an entire week from their usual diet. This cheese is also a great source of conjugated linoleic acid, or CLA. This fatty acid has been studied for its ability to reduce body fat, improve immune function, and potentially reduce the risk of some cancers. Another reason aged Gouda stands out is its lactose content, or lack thereof. The aging process strips away most of the lactose, making it far easier for people with lactose intolerance to enjoy. And the good bacteria that thrive during the cheese's long aging process create compounds called postbiotics. These are like prebiotics and probiotics combined, promoting healthy gut function, reducing inflammation, and possibly even enhancing mood by interacting with the gut-brain axis. To get the most from aged Gouda, eat it at room temperature. This not only brings out its full flavor, but also improves nutrient absorption. Try pairing it with apple slices or whole grain crackers. The fiber from the fruit or grain works with the postbiotics in Gouda to enhance digestive health. Next, let's talk about a legendary cheese that's often imitated but never truly matched. Real Parmigiano Reggiano from Italy. This isn't the kind you find in a plastic shaker bottle on a grocery store shelf. Authentic Parmigiano Reggiano is a nutritional marvel, crafted using techniques that date back nearly a millennium. Aged for over 30 months, the result is a cheese so packed with nutrition, it could almost be considered a natural supplement. In just 1 ounce of Parmigiano Reggiano, you'll find about 10 grams of high-quality protein. But it's not just the quantity that's impressive, it's the quality. The long aging process breaks the proteins down into highly absorbable forms, making it easier on sensitive digestive systems. This pre-digestion by enzymes means even people who have difficulty digesting dairy proteins can usually tolerate this cheese. Parmigiano Reggiano is also one of the richest sources of calcium you can find. With roughly 330 milligrams per ounce, it actually provides more calcium than a glass of milk. What makes this even more remarkable is that the calcium in Parmigiano Reggiano is perfectly balanced with phosphorus and magnesium, 2 minerals that help the body absorb and utilize calcium effectively. This balance increases the bioavailability of the calcium, meaning your body actually uses what it takes in. Research from Italy confirms this. The calcium in Parmigiano Reggiano has a bioavailability close to 100%, while calcium from typical supplements sits closer to 30%. That's a staggering difference that highlights the power of whole foods over synthetic pills. Parmigiano Reggiano also delivers all 9 essential amino acids, making it a complete protein source, on par with meat and far superior to most plant-based proteins. Thanks to the concentration of nutrients from the aging process, every bite of this cheese packs a dense punch of minerals, fats, and bioactive compounds that support your overall health. The complexity of flavors in Parmigiano Reggiano, nutty, salty, and slightly crystalline, comes from the very compounds that make it so beneficial. This cheese, like aged Gouda, is low in lactose and rich in naturally occurring probiotics, which are developed during fermentation. These living organisms continue to benefit your gut long after the cheese has been consumed. Enjoying a small portion of Parmigiano Reggiano with figs, pear slices, or even a drizzle of balsamic vinegar not only elevates the taste but also enhances the health effects. The fruit sugars can act as a prebiotic, feeding the good bacteria and supporting a healthy microbiome. Meanwhile, the strong, savory profile of the cheese ensures you feel satisfied with a modest serving. Cheese, when chosen wisely, can be more than a culinary indulgence. It can be a powerful ally in maintaining strong bones, a healthy heart, and a resilient digestive system. Aged varieties like Gouda and Parmigiano Reggiano aren't just gourmet. They're grounded in nutritional science that supports their inclusion in a health-conscious diet. But just as some cheeses provide remarkable health benefits, others do the opposite. They hide behind flashy packaging, creamy textures, and familiar flavors, quietly contributing to health risks like inflammation, weight gain, and even cardiovascular problems. Knowing which ones to include and which ones to avoid can be the difference between nourishing your body and unknowingly harming it. The cheese aisle is more than a place of flavor. It's a crossroads of decision. Every selection is a choice for your health, energy, and longevity. Some cheeses fuel your body like a well-tuned machine, while others gum up the works with hidden sugars, preservatives, and imbalanced fats. So, next time you're browsing that bright, glossy dairy section, look a little closer. What seems like an innocent wedge of cheese might just be a powerful tool, or a quiet threat, waiting to be chosen. Here's something interesting. Natural substances known as casomorphins, which are unique peptides found in authentic Parmigiano Reggiano, have the potential to calm the nervous system, reduce anxiety, and improve sleep quality. These casomorphins bind to opioid receptors in the brain, offering a mild sense of relaxation without the side effects of synthetic substances. This is one reason traditional cultures regarded aged cheese not only as food but as a form of nourishment for both body and mind. Parmigiano Reggiano is also an excellent source of tyrosine, an amino acid your brain uses to produce critical neurotransmitters like dopamine and norepinephrine. These neurotransmitters help regulate focus, alertness, and mood. Tyrosine becomes especially valuable when you're mentally fatigued or need to maintain concentration, and Parmigiano delivers it in a form your body can easily use. Thanks to its extensive aging process, this cheese is naturally free from lactose, making it far easier to digest. During this time, beneficial bacteria not only survive the aging but thrive. These good microbes make it through stomach acid and colonize the gut, where they continue to support digestion and immunity. If you want to enjoy Parmigiano Reggiano the way it was meant to be consumed, avoid grating it into fine dust. To preserve its crystalline structure, cut it into small chunks with a knife. The Italians often enjoy this cheese after meals, not just for flavor, but because it actually aids digestion. Pairing it with a few drops of aged balsamic vinegar not only enhances the taste, but improves mineral absorption. Just 1 ounce is enough to give your body a rich dose of highly digestible protein without overwhelming your system. Now let's talk about raw cheddar made from the milk of grass-fed cows, a cheese that deserves its place on any list of nutrient-dense foods. When properly aged for at least 60 days, raw cheddar becomes not just safe to eat but incredibly beneficial. The aging process, combined with a raw milk base, ensures that harmful bacteria are eliminated while preserving the vital enzymes and probiotics that are typically destroyed during pasteurization. These enzymes make it easier for your body to digest the cheese and extract nutrients. Compared to conventional cheddar, grass-fed raw cheddar contains up to 500% more conjugated linoleic acid, CLA, a fatty acid linked to lower inflammation, improved metabolic health, and even cancer prevention. It also boasts much higher levels of omega-3 fatty acids, which are essential for cardiovascular and brain health. The nutrient profile of grass-fed raw cheddar reads like a supplement label. It's rich in retinol, the most bioavailable form of vitamin A, essential for immune function, eye health, and skin regeneration. It contains significant amounts of vitamin D, which supports bone density and immune response. What's more, it has negative for Malawian quachars, the most effective form of vitamin K2, known for transporting calcium into bones and away from arteries. This cheddar also provides beta-carotene and vitamin E, antioxidants that protect cells from oxidative stress and play a role in healthy aging and disease prevention. But perhaps the most impressive aspect of grass-fed raw cheddar is its probiotic content. Unlike pasteurized cheeses, raw cheddar contains diverse strains of beneficial bacteria that aid in digestion, support immune function, and may even influence mood and cognition through the gut-brain connection. These probiotics produce short-chain fatty acids like butyrate, which nourish the cells lining the colon and possess powerful anti-inflammatory effects throughout the body. Butyrate has been associated with reduced risk of colon cancer and improved gut barrier function. To preserve all these benefits, never heat grass-fed raw cheddar above 120 degrees Fahrenheit, as higher temperatures destroy its delicate enzymes and probiotic cultures. The best way to enjoy it is to let it sit out for 20 to 30 minutes until it reaches room temperature, enhancing both flavor and digestibility. For an even greater probiotic boost, pair it with fermented foods like pickles, kimchi, or sauerkraut. And while it's nutrient-rich, moderation is key. A serving of 1.5 to 2 ounces is enough to reap the benefits without consuming excess saturated fat. Topping the list is authentic Swiss Gruyere. This cheese is more than a culinary delight. It's a nutritional powerhouse, made with raw milk from cows grazing on alpine meadows. This environment produces milk rich in unique compounds and micronutrients, resulting in a cheese whose full health potential scientists are only beginning to understand. Gruyere is fermented using propionibacteria, which produce a compound called propionic acid. This natural substance has been shown in studies to reduce cholesterol levels, lower systemic inflammation, and may even play a role in protecting against certain cancers. These are the same bacteria responsible for Gruyere's signature holes and rich, nutty flavor. What sets Gruyere apart is its high content of vitamin B12, critical for energy production and nervous system function. Among all cheeses, Gruyere ranks among the highest in glutathione precursors, compounds that your body uses to produce its master antioxidant. Glutathione is essential for detoxifying cells, supporting the immune system, and protecting against chronic disease. As natural glutathione production declines over time, Gruyere becomes an invaluable dietary ally. Its unique combination of amino acids, including cysteine and glycine, stimulates the body to replenish its antioxidant reserves. Additionally, Gruyere contains impressive levels of phosphorus, zinc, and selenium, all essential for bone density, immune strength, and thyroid function. The proteins in Gruyere are another standout feature. Aged for at least 12 months, the cheese contains highly bioavailable DI and tripeptides that your body can absorb immediately without the need for further breakdown. This means that Gruyere supports tissue repair, muscle synthesis, and metabolic health more efficiently than many other protein sources. According to Swiss studies, individuals who regularly include Gruyere in their diets maintain lean muscle mass more effectively than those relying on other protein sources. The cheese also contains natural compounds called lactopeptides, which have been clinically shown to help regulate blood pressure. When consumed mindfully, Gruyere is one of the few cheeses that can genuinely support heart health. In sum, these cheeses, aged Parmigiano Reggiano, raw grass-fed cheddar, and authentic Swiss Gruyere, offer much more than flavor. They are nutrient-dense, probiotic-rich, and deeply nourishing to the body's most vital systems. By understanding their unique benefits, you can turn a simple cheese plate into a foundation of real, functional nutrition. Its B vitamins and glutathione precursors become even more bioavailable when melted slowly into warm soups or stews, never boiled, or when eaten alongside whole grain bread. These pairings support better absorption and enhance the health benefits of the cheese. When enjoyed this way, Gruyere becomes more than a food. It becomes part of a powerful nutritional strategy. So, those were 4 of the healthiest cheeses available. But not all cheese is created equal. There's a darker side to the cheese aisle, product that pose more harm than good. These cheeses may taste familiar, even comforting, but their ingredients and processing method hide dangerous risks. If you care about your memory, your metabolic health, and your long-term well-being, these are the cheeses you should keep far from your plate. Let's start with processed cheese slices. Those neatly wrapped, plasticky squares stacked in bright orange packaging may be convenient, but they are among the worst offenders when it comes to nutritional value. Legally, they may be classified as cheese products, but in reality, they are heavily manufactured substances made with less than 50% actual cheese. The rest is a disturbing mixture of sodium phosphates, emulsifiers, preservatives, artificial dyes, and chemical stabilizers. 2 slices of processed cheese can contain nearly 600 milligrams of sodium, more than a quarter of your daily limit, and that's not ordinary salt. Sodium phosphate, one of the most common additives, is far more harmful. Research has linked it to increased risk of kidney dysfunction, cardiovascular disease, and accelerated aging. Even more concerning, emulsifiers used in these slices, like polysorbate 80 and carboxymethylcellulose, can disrupt your gut microbiome. They've been shown to increase intestinal permeability, a condition known as leaky gut, which is associated with widespread inflammation, autoimmune issues, and even mental health conditions. Processed cheese slices often contain synthetic dyes such as yellow 5 and yellow 6. These artificial colors have been linked to hyperactivity in children, allergic reactions, and in some studies, increased cancer risk. Long shelf lives are achieved with preservatives like sorbic acid and natamycin, which may accumulate in the body and interfere with healthy gut flora over time. What's especially misleading is how these slices are marketed. They are often promoted as rich sources of calcium and protein, but the nutrients in these products are of low bioavailability due to intense heat and chemical treatment during manufacturing. Enzymes are destroyed, protein structures are altered, and beneficial bacteria are eliminated. Even worse, many of these cheese slices contain trace amounts of trans fats, thanks to labeling loopholes. If a serving contains less than 0.5 grams of trans fat, it can legally be listed as 0 grams on the label. So regular consumption of these processed cheese products has been associated with higher LDL cholesterol, increased risk of metabolic syndrome, and inflammation. Moving on to the next offender, jarred cheese spreads. These products may look like creamy, spreadable indulgence, but beneath the surface lies a mix of dangerous ingredients. Shelf-stable cheese spreads that don't need refrigeration until open are far removed from traditional cheese. Often made from a base of low-grade dairy, oil, and modified food starch, they are filled with artificial ingredients to mimic texture and flavor. The process required to make them shelf-stable for months or years strips away most of the nutritional value. To make up for the loss of natural flavor and structure, manufacturers load them with unhealthy fats and synthetic compounds. Many contain partially hydrogenated oils, a primary source of artificial trans fats known to significantly increase the risk of heart disease. Though banned in some countries, many variants still contain interesterified fats, which some studies suggest may pose equal or greater health risks, including insulin resistance and elevated LDL levels. Cheese spreads are also shockingly high in sodium. A 2-teaspoon serving can pack over 500 milligrams of sodium, and most people eat far more than that in one sitting. The sodium comes not just from salt, but from a mix of additives like sodium citrate, sodium alginate, and other flavor-enhancing agents. These compounds, often disguised under names like yeast extract or natural flavor, can place heavy strain on the kidneys, raise blood pressure, and trigger fluid retention. Many spreads also contain monosodium glutamate, MSG, or related compounds like disodium inosinate. These additives can trigger symptoms in sensitive individuals, including headaches, flushing, and heart palpitations. Artificial colors and synthetic flavors add another layer of concern, as they've been linked to everything from allergic reactions to neurological concerns. Perhaps the most disturbing aspect of cheese spreads is the presence of phthalates, chemical compounds used in plastic packaging. These hormone-disrupting agents leach into the food over time and have been associated with reproductive issues, thyroid problems, and increased risk of obesity and certain cancers. The overall profile of cheese spreads is a harmful cocktail of bad fats, excessive sodium, gut-disrupting chemicals, and potential endocrine disruptors. Studies have linked regular consumption of these products to elevated risk of heart disease, diabetes, and obesity. Now let's look at another deceptive product, pre-shredded cheese sold in bags. At first glance, these products appear harmless. After all, it's just cheese, right? But the convenience comes at a hidden cost. Pre-shredded cheeses are treated with anti-caking agents to prevent clumping. These agents often include potato starch, calcium sulfate, and cellulose, sometimes derived from wood pulp. Though approved for food use, these substances can account for up to 4% of the total product weight, displacing real cheese and diluting nutritional value. Cellulose in particular can interfere with digestion and nutrient absorption. While not harmful in small amounts, regular consumption of these additives can disrupt gut health and contribute to bloating or digestive discomfort. Additionally, antifungal agents like natamycin are often added to prevent mold growth. Though generally considered safe, their frequent ingestion can potentially disrupt beneficial gut bacteria when consumed in large quantities. Pre-shredded cheeses are also often lower in quality and flavor than block cheese. Their moisture content is reduced to improve shelf life, and they may be exposed to higher temperatures during processing, reducing the bioavailability of sensitive nutrients like vitamins A, D, and B12. Some brands also include preservatives and declumping chemicals that alter the natural texture and melting behavior of the cheese. Unlike block cheese, which typically contains just milk, salt, enzymes, and bacterial cultures, pre-shredded varieties are heavily modified to meet industrial needs. And since many people rely on them for convenience, they can unintentionally become a staple, compounding the intake of these unnecessary additives. In short, while it may seem like a minor shortcut in the kitchen, pre-shredded cheeses often fall short nutritionally and may carry unexpected health risks when consumed regularly. Despite not being inherently toxic, cellulose, the anti-caking agent commonly found in pre-shredded cheese, is entirely indigestible and can lead to digestive issues, particularly for those with sensitive stomachs or conditions like irritable bowel syndrome, IBS. While it's technically safe, its widespread use in food manufacturing can pose problems when consumed regularly. In pre-shredded cheese, it can interfere with the body's ability to absorb key nutrients and disrupt the normal melting behavior of the cheese itself. The result is a product that doesn't melt smoothly and doesn't deliver the same nutritional value as its block cheese counterpart. Adding to the concerns, many pre-shredded cheeses contain natamycin, an antifungal preservative used to extend shelf life and prevent mold growth. Although considered safe in small doses, repeated consumption can alter the delicate balance of the gut microbiota. This is significant because your gut health plays a major role in everything from immune function to mood regulation and inflammation control. Altering this balance can lead to long-term consequences for physical and mental well-being. The quality of the cheese used in pre-shredded bags is also often much lower. Many of these products are made from milk sourced from cows given hormones and antibiotics. This milk is then processed into cheese using industrial methods that further diminish its nutritional integrity. Once shredded, the increased surface area accelerates oxidation, a chemical process that destroys healthy fats and fat-soluble vitamins like A and D while also generating harmful byproducts. Another hidden issue in pre-shredded cheese is the elevated histamine content. Due to longer processing and storage times, these cheeses can build up significant levels of histamines, which may cause symptoms like anxiety, headaches, skin irritation, digestive discomfort, or fatigue in sensitive individuals. In fact, several high-profile recalls have been issued over the years due to contamination of pre-shredded cheese with dangerous bacteria such as E. coli or Listeria. The process of shredding, packaging, and storing cheese for extended periods provides many opportunities for bacterial growth and contamination. Taking all this into account, the degraded quality, added chemicals, reduced nutritional value, and increased contamination risk, purchasing pre-shredded cheese often means paying more for a product that is nutritionally inferior and potentially harmful. Convenience comes at a significant cost. Now let's turn to the final and most problematic cheese of all, blue cheese. Its iconic appearance and strong, pungent flavor come from the mold Penicillium roqueforti, which is deliberately introduced during the cheese-making process. While it may seem exotic or gourmet, the health concerns it raises are considerable. One major concern with blue cheese is its high tyramine content. Tyramine is a naturally occurring compound that can trigger severe headaches, elevated blood pressure, and even hypertensive crises in individuals who are sensitive to it. For people taking certain medications, such as monoamine oxidase inhibitors, MAOIs, prescribed for depression or Parkinson's disease, even small amounts of blue cheese can be dangerous. A single serving could potentially lead to a life-threatening spike in blood pressure. In addition to tyramine, blue cheese often contains trace levels of mycotoxins, chemical byproducts of mold growth. While typically found in amounts deemed safe for occasional consumption, regular exposure can allow these toxins to accumulate in the body. This accumulation may lead to systemic symptoms such as brain fog, fatigue, joint pain, and digestive distress. People who are sensitive to mold may never suspect their beloved cheese is the root cause of these chronic complaints. Blue cheese is also extremely high in histamines, making it particularly problematic for the 1 to 3% of individuals with histamine intolerance. These compounds can cause a range of uncomfortable symptoms, from insomnia and anxiety to hives and digestive upset. In fact, Blue cheese can contain up to 10 times more histamines than other aged cheeses, placing a significant burden on the immune and nervous systems of those affected. From a cardiovascular standpoint, blue cheese presents even more issues. It is high in sodium. Just 1 ounce can contain nearly 400 milligrams, which quickly adds up when used generously. Its high levels of saturated fats, particularly palmitic acid, have been associated with increased inflammation and cardiovascular risk when consumed frequently. This specific type of saturated fat is more inflammatory than others and contributes to plaque buildup in the arteries over time. The calorie density of blue cheese also poses a problem. Because its intense flavor leads people to add more than they realize, it's easy to overconsume. Just a small portion can add a large amount of fat and calories to a dish. And the flavor is so overpowering that it can even mask spoilage. Blue cheese that has gone bad can look and smell similar to a fresh product, making it easy to consume when it's already unsafe, increasing the risk of food poisoning. Taken together, blue cheese represents a high-risk, low-reward option in the cheese world. With its potent combination of tyramine, histamines, inflammatory fats, excessive salt, and possible mycotoxin exposure, it can cause more harm than good, especially for individuals with underlying sensitivities or chronic inflammation. Despite its reputation as a delicacy, it is one of the worst choices you can make at the cheese counter when aiming to protect your health. There are cheeses that heal and cheeses that harm. Making thoughtful choices in the cheese aisle can significantly impact your overall well-being, from inflammation and gut health to brain clarity and cardiovascular function. With clear science and growing evidence, you now know which cheeses help your body thrive, and which may silently work against it. The decision lies in every bite you take.